not going to waste much time. Let's just start getting people out here. First up, showrunner, executive producer Dan Swimmer. Showrunner, executive producer Todd Slepkin. Executive producer and director Matt Hastings. Let's get a little Luke Garraway in the house. And Clace is on, but I want to hear what's coming up next. So let's get Catherine McNamara out here. We're getting more Maya in season 3. Alicia Wade. And he's a shadow hunter, a devoted brother, and parabatai, and he's one half of Alex, Matthew Daddario. Welcome everybody. You guys happy they're here? So much to talk about, you guys. Let's start with the producers first. You know, I always ask, what did you learn from the second season that leads you into the third? Tell me what did you guys learn from that, and where are we going to go in season 3?
Well, we learned what an amazing fandom this show has. First of all. You know, the devotion to the books continues. Season 3 is no different. Book 4 is the book that we delve into in a deep way. Super excited. It's a darker tone, it's a more mature tone, and it's awesome.
Woo! And you guys are pretty off and running. Where are you in shooting season 3? I know you're doing it now.
Yeah, we're in the middle of shooting season 3, of course, episode 5 already, so we're halfway through, and it's pretty exciting. I wish I could bring you all back to Toronto with me so you could see what's up, but it is...
I thought we were doing that, we're not bringing...
Well, you guys are coming, right?
And this guy directed the premiere, which we've all seen, and it's amazing. And Matt did an incredible job, as well as this amazing cast.
Okay, so let's get to the nitty-gritty. So where do we pick up in season 3? Is there any time movement? Where are we picking up?
And shortly after where we left off. It's actually not long at all afterwards.
I think we said 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 13 seconds.
I think it's a little, maybe a day.
We
Sounds
need
pretty
to know.
accurate.
Yeah.
We need to know specifically. We really do.
Yeah, the action is still, the fallout of everything that happened in the last episode is just, it's still hitting.
Yeah, do you guys ever feel like when you do a season finale that you kind of backed yourself in a corner in a way because you've set up so many different things, or is that all just part of the planning?
Part of the plan.
Okay.
One of the sweetest things about the finale is these guys wrote all these great, intricate, beautiful, layered scripts, and then it all pays off. It all builds in 19 and 20, and then we're relighting the match and starting season 3.
I love it. Okay, well, Isaiah, let's talk about Luke a little bit.
Well, I know everybody wants to know, because of what happened at the end of last season, is Luke still drunk? And I'm going to tell you right now, it's a heck of a hangover.
But you know, he also has some questions about his werewolfness from September.
That's right, that's right. There's people asking about that, right? People that shouldn't be asking about that. Little thorns in my side. Oh, yeah. Ollie. All in due time, all in due time.
Okay, you know, how protective is Luke of this part of his life? Because it does influence the people he works with.
Yeah, like who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be an example for some of the younger werewolves in the shadow world. But yeah, he's very protective of it. So when someone comes along claiming to know what he is, I think he kind of ratchets everything in.
Okay, all right. Well, Catherine, we know Jason Clary are back on. Exciting. But we know there's something up with Jace that more than likely is going to become a big part of the season. Can you talk about that as much as you can, and then does Clary figure that out pretty soon, or does it take a while?
there's a lot going on between Jace and Clary right now, especially with the fact of the wish and everything that happened with Jace dying and coming back. They have this secret that they cannot tell because bringing someone back from the dead, and also using Raziel's wish are two of the worst things that a shadow hunter can do. And of course, Clary just, walks right into that. But we were finding out what all of the consequences of that are, and one of those is whatever is going on with Jace that we saw at the end of the season 2 finale. And it's a bit of a slow burn because there's so much else happening that it takes a while for things to kind of come to fruition and for them to figure out exactly what it is that's going on. But it does have a huge effect on everyone in the story.
Okay, we have Alberto here today. Alberto, shout out for Alberto.
Oh yeah, no, he gave me full credit.
All right. So I was going to ask, we also know Simon was left in a precarious place.
He was.
Matt, can you speak to that and what we might see?
He was feeling a lot of things at the end, and it's not clear, but I think that he's really the hero at the end of the season.
Oh, undoubtedly. Yeah. Mine is a night
Well,
shift.
how much do we know? I forget what we revealed. Oh, but I don't know anything. So Simon made a deal with.
Here, thank you.
Simon made that deal with the Zillion. He's got to make good on that.
I don't know, for me, I feel like Maya, her storyline is like, it's a fairy tale ending, she gets trapped, she gets saved, she has a great boyfriend, she gets some drinks with her pals, it's just like, the perfect way to end the finale for her. But little does she know that there's repercussions for what ended up being such a pleasant ending for the finale for her. So, she has no idea what he's risked for her. And so maybe she'll appreciate him more, or maybe she'll be really mad about it.
Or maybe both.
Yeah.
I can feel like she's just going to be kind of like, where'd he go? Where's Simon now? He's got commitments he's got to
She's
take
like
care
a
of.
little obsessed with him, I think.
But also, you guys all know Alicia is now season 3 regular. Shooting these new episodes, knowing that you're going to be around for a while.
Okay, so excited, beyond excited.
You're doing wonderfully, dear. Keep going.
I feel, how many can we do? I love working on this show. Working in fantasy is probably one of the coolest genres to work in, and having a fantastic crew and cast is awesome, and to be kind of a part of the family but not a part of the family is still wonderful, but to have that recognition, every day I wake up with a big old smile on my face because I just feel super grateful, And Maya's a dope character, like she's badass, she fights, she's cool, she's like my aspiration in life, so, mine is like wanting to hit people all the time. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Well, we already have a good sense of girl power, but is Maya going to be joining in with some of the other ladies on the show, doing some kick-ass?
We actually did get to work together a little bit.
Yeah, we did. Yes.
That's kind of all we can say.
All right, Matt. First of all, I really like your hat.
Thank you. It's hand painted.
I love
Who
it.
does? We'll discuss that.
That comes later. But we finally Magnus and Allie got back together by the end of last season. So we're obviously, it doesn't seem like people stay happy for too long in a show like this, but what can you talk about for season 3?
Well, okay, let's discuss what is happiness. As good a place as any. I think that right now, how happy is Alec? He's pretty happy, but he feels like things, it's just coming off of all that, so I think he's a little bit stressed. So I think there's an element of stress. And he's just getting into the more complex parts of his relationship with Magnus, and I think that we're going to see a lot of that stress go beyond where it is now. And I'm just concerned, I'm concerned for him. I'm worried about him.
Don't worry about Alec, he's gonna be okay.
Well, I think he'll be okay in the end. We have 20 episodes to make it better than ever.
Oh no, we're going above and beyond this season.
above and beyond, needless to say.
Because in reality, not a ton of time has passed, right, since his whole coming out and first getting together with Magnus. So
We're not doing the time frame
Yeah,
thing
time is
anymore.
time is irrelevant.
That's out the window.
It's the shadow world. Time is beyond our control.
But I will say Alec gets a lot of credit for the defeat of Valentine in the finale, even though his New York Institute was the people that took him down, Jason Clary and Alec. You know, he had something to do with that.
As the authority figure, I get all the credit.
Well, there was a rape attack, and there were all
He
these
shot some
lines.
killer arrows against these wraiths.
Yeah.
That dude with the bow and arrow.
Well,
those
what
flying
about that finale
dragons.
scene though? I mean, this guy crushed it. I mean, it was so good to see him running. Didn't you say something about Saving Private Ryan?
But the other thing about Malik and that relationship that I think is so fascinating and that they're going to dig into more, now that they're back together, they're a couple. And what is it like to be a relatively new, normal couple, and to see that between them, but also the complexity of having Magnus, he'll never die, right? And I hate to bring the room down, but it's like,
By the way, he lives a long time, that's good.
I know, but
Good that he lives forever.
also you have to consider that, and would that weigh on your mind?
Well, I don't know. We're gonna find out. This season. Would it weigh? How many of you guys? Oh, you know what?
dated a warlock.
I'll wait.
All of you are dating warlocks, but it's not.
Since I've been talking to you guys from the start, I know when we talked about the action sequences in season 1, season 2 topped those.
We did our first ever dual wire gag, where we have multiple actors and wires doing stunts at the same time, and that was pretty cool.
What we're always trying to do with the stunts and the action and that whole component of the show, I mean, we love the books, like full stop. And we also want to elevate the show as far as the visual imprint, the excitement, and the risks and the stakes and all that stuff. So every meeting, we have all these meetings with stunts and all that stuff, we're always, all of us, everybody on this panel, everybody in Toronto, trying to elevate the show for you. We make the show for you guys, and we're hoping to surprise you even more in season 3.
A lot of these guys are doing a lot of their own stunts, and they train really hard, and it's pretty amazing.
They're actual
And, like, at this
Shadowhunters.
point, they're really martial arts experts. And Isaiah, you fly into a wall really well.
Oh yeah.
And that was the drunk scene.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you mean the wire scene, right? I love flying in the walls. It's so much fun as a werewolf to fly in the walls. Believe me.
Alicia, have you gotten into some of that? Some of the fight sequences and just battle stuff?
Well, I had a fight in season 2, and I look forward to what will be more involved stuff. I've been working a lot on the in preparation, so I anticipate it.
They train
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
She trains like after the boxing instructor, he always goes, "Let me show you what Alicia did," and it's ferocious. You know what I mean?
Well, it's ferocious, but also like I'm still learning. So the other day, we did a really cool setup, and then I kicked his finger, and we both heard a like pop sound. And he's a stunt guy, so he's never gonna be like ow. So I was like, did you hear that? He's like, yeah, I heard that. I was like, do you need to look at your hand? He's like, no, I'm okay. So it's a work in progress.
All of it's a huge testament to our stunt team, because they spend so much time training us and working with us and thinking about the specific way each character moves and how they fight and what weapons they use. And all of that comes together to create this kind of story within a story of every fight. And that's why each one is so special and why it adds so much to our story.
And we thank them by injuring them and breaking their fingers.
They just go above and beyond everything they do.
Are we forcing it? Are we forcing the beyonds? Tell us when the beyonds go too forced, I need you to boo. But if it's a really good beyond, that's great.
Well, we're ranking them.
Since Dom and Emerald are not here, can you guys talk, whoever wants to talk about it,
Yes.
what Isabel's up to? And we know a little bit about Jace, but can you guys expand on that just a little bit?
I'll take Izzy. She's amazing. She's stronger than ever, and she's now the new weapons master in the Institute. She is, the mundane life kind of the Mundanes in a weird way saved her because of the program, because of AA getting over the yin fen. So she respects them in a different way. She's always spent her time having to take care of the Mundanes, and now she sees the value in them, and that's going to add some interesting feelings moving forward in season 3.
Is Sizzy coming at all? I gotta ask.
I just channeled Maya for a second.
It's Mizzy right now. It's all about Mizzy.
I'm a man of the people, and there's some Sizzy fans, right?
Patience. I know you guys want to throw rocks at me every time I say patience, but patience.
The seeds are kind of there.
Okay. And how about Jace? We know a little bit. What's he going to be going through?
Well, we know from watching season 2 that it's always not a great idea to bring people back from the dead, or at least there's a lot of consequences. And life's never been easy for Jace. Every season's tough on him. And this is
Like, when has he had a good day?
He never gets less sexy. It's like now there's like undead sexy shadow on her.
he gets to have fun for like 5 minutes. Yeah.
He had a drink at the Hunter's Moon. I think that was
And I gotta say, like, the Clay's feels in the first 2 episodes. So good, Cat and Dawn.
Place is on fire.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, it's great because they've never had a chance to actually explore what their relationship would be without a strain of, oh, we might be siblings, or oh, the world's about to end,
Those
or
little
oh,
issues.
no.
We might be siblings.
Those little issues that,
The world is
things
ending.
happen. But now that they're, I mean, you know, aside from him coming back from the dead and this huge secret that they're carrying around with them, they're actually able to behave as a couple for the first time, and it's really great to see their relationship and to see them relax for once.
I think that's what I really enjoy about season 3 is that we're getting into like not only the further character development, but like relationship development. What is it like when you like go home with these people? So.
I'm all for character development, relationship development, but I think Luke would rather just see you be a shadow hunter. You know what I mean? Stay in your lane.
Are you guys protecting your baby?
I'm just saying,
Oh, another thing about Jace, we learned something about Jace this season. He's a workaholic. And he's going to be working all the time.
Literally.
Yes,
Non-stop.
literally non-stop.
In fact, so much that he feels like he has to take a day off at some point.
That's true.
So that's a little tease.
Wow.
It's teasing.
I like it. Well, speaking of teases, I think we've got some new faces in the new season. Can you guys talk to that as much as you can?
We've cast Lilith. Really excited about. It's Anna Hopkins, who's a phenomenally talented actress. You guys are going to love her. We are friends with her and know her from the show Defiance on Sci-Fi that we worked on a few years ago. And she is just crushing it in these first few episodes, and we're really excited to have her.
She's great. The other news is there's this guy who right now he's on Broadway and he has a 2 o'clock show. He's in a little show called Hamilton. His name's Javier Munoz. He is coming to the world of the shadow world. And he is a major adversary to Mr. Magnus Bane. And he wanted to say something to you guys. He wanted to say something, so we can cue it up. Check it out.
Hamilton fans, don't freak out. He's still in that show. But
He's still on the show. Yeah, he came up and did a few days with us, and he's amazing.
He's amazing.
Great, so
fun.
He'll be in multiple episodes in season 3.
I'm gonna go off script though because I want to see more. What else can you show us? What else can you show us from season 3? You got
Well,
anything?
if you say please. No gimme, just please. Thank you. We have an amazing little reel for you to show you for the first 2 episodes.
So we know Lilith is kind of the big bad this season. How is she going to compare to Sebastian, who's still around? Jonathan. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. Well, she's interesting because she has never had a child of her own. So she has, Sebastian is her child, and that her blood runs through Jonathan Morgenstern, who is Sebastian. Those of you who read the book know what I'm talking about. Those of you who don't will watch the season 3 and will be amazed and see the story play out. She is so scary and so beautiful and so sensual, and I kind of want to hang out with her and then run away, and I'm so scared.
But she's also really a villain that has such great depth. She is someone who has been betrayed herself. You feel emotionally connected to her. I think anybody that's a villain that you feel for, it just takes it to the next level. And she's coming for Jace. She's coming for him. He killed her son, and she's pissed.
Okay, I have to jump in real quick because I just got a very important announcement I think everybody's going to want to hear about. Freeform just picked up 10 more episodes of the show that air next summer.
Explain that to me.
That's all I know. That's all she just repeated. 10 more episodes that air next summer.
Oh, it's the screen.
About what's going on.
All I know is you guys are getting more Shadowhunters. How's that? Wow. We'll have more details soon. That literally was I just whispered in my ear.
This just
That wasn't on my list of things I were going to
Talking about this, we don't know what's going on.
Did you hinge on that video? Did they make the decision based off that video? I think they made it off of Matt's Beyond jokes.
I think it's a very good thing. So it's exciting.
Well, whatever it is, it's positive.
We'll find out more later.
It's a good thing.
Are you guys excited about that?
So we are going to get to some fan questions. So if you guys want to start lining up, there's some mics here.
Go, guys, go.
So hold on till I
Grace.
Did you guys get everything I wanted to say about the list?
Those mics are
I can see you guys.
Oh, there's a lot of you.
Hey guys! Amazing! Oh my gosh! Is that a Sealy Queen I see in the audience?
All right, so we're going to start right here. The lady with the glasses. What's your name?
My name is Nicole. This is my second Shadowhunters New York Comic Con panel, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, Nicole.
I met you last year.
Hello. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Not how are you guys doing? Alicia, I love what you said about time being irrelevant. Because it is, and it is a man-made construct, so we can go on. I love it. My question is, how do you get into character? Like, what do you do to really give your character life and portray it well?
Well, I think a lot of character work, and I can only really speak for myself, starts before you start working on the project. You know, you put, for me, it's a lot about the backstory that we kind of came up together, which I am so excited to share, will be delved into in season 3, like very deeply, and I'm so excited. And then you do all your work in preparation, and then you come to set and you play with everybody else. And so as long as it fits the tone of the show, and you put your own personal spin on what makes the character special to you, I think that's what translates to the audience.
And what's interesting about a show like Shadowhunters, at least at this point, is because we've all been playing these characters for so long, they've, at least for me, it's become kind of a part of who I am, and I put so much of myself into the character, and all of our personal relationships kind of influence the relationships you see on screen, and so it becomes very special and very nuanced at this point, and it's fun to get together on set with people that you trust and know very well and just play.
Yeah, you start to gel. It's like a really good hockey team that knows how to move the puck.
Now I understand it.
Like the Rangers.
I think if you have like a really sexy scene, right? You gotta get really sexy. So you go into the trailer and you think about John Travolta and Saturday Night Fever, and you put on some of that music, and you're in there and you're like, all right, this is now sexy.
Do you have to do this
How old are you?
Can you demonstrate some of the extras now?
What do you do?
This is a business-like scene we're doing right now, so I can't do the dance.
I just rolled
All right. Thanks for the question. Next one over here.
Hi. I've actually never met any of you because I took 9 stitches to the face for this show when I was knocked down at your last Comic-Con signing. So it's a pleasure to see all in person. My question is, What's been your favorite change from the books to show on the television, other than extended Luke and Maya?
Sorry, I got, repeat your question one more time.
Other than giving us extended Luke and Maya, I was wondering what your favorite changes from the book has been so far.
I think that my favorite, one of my favorite things that are deviation from the book is further exploration with Maya's relationship with Simon. I know that everyone's looking forward to future characters she interacts with, but like I personally very much enjoy working with Alberto and being able to take time and play with him and explore different scenarios. There's a wonderful scenario that happens in episode 2.
I love that scenario.
That is not in the books that everyone is going to be like, well, that was great.
What happens?
You weren't there. It's fine. You had to be there. It was so great.
Simon's stuff.
But I will say that the relationships that are created that aren't in the books, I think, are some of the most fun to me. Because in your mind, you're always like, what if they were friends? What if those people dated? And so I think that's kind of cool.
I think
Well, wait, 1 second, hold on. You took stitches to the face. Do you need this hat? It's amazing. Come here.
Matthew Daddario, that is absolutely amazing of you. But I gotta say this: don't go out and get hit in the face.
She didn't do it for the hat, but hey,
Yeah.
she got the hat.
It's not a good trade. You can buy the hat.
Next question over here.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm like shaking. I love this show so much.
We love you guys.
You love me right back.
Well, I'm obsessed, obviously. Like, my husband got me kind of obsessed. I've like gotten my friend Amanda obsessed, so I'm a huge Mallet shipper.
We all are.
Like,
I got one more trick.
extremely obsessed. Like, really. And then my friend Amanda is the humongous sex shipper.
What's your
and
question?
My question is, what can you tease about Jordan?
Whoa. That came out. You set up the whole thing. It hit us with
She
Jordan.
just said that people are wondering about future characters she interacts with, so thank you.
So now she's blaming it on me.
I will say this about young Jordan. He's amazing. We tell the story a little differently than the books. I won't ruin it. We have to do our own little spin, but I think you guys will all be super, super pleased. It's really nice.
Yeah, thank you. All right, go over here.
Hi guys.
Hi.
I saw you last year. I'm Matt. I don't have a cow picture this time, but my question is, if you could give your characters any advice right now, what would it be?
Advice? Oh my. Oh my. I would say that he should, for me, I'd say temper, I don't, oh God. Relax and think things through. But that's a generally good advice for all our characters.
What are you trying to say, Matt?
I would say to Maya to I don't know, maybe.
Is she doing anything wrong right now? I'm trying to think.
I think something that'll be interesting for Maya throughout season 3 in various aspects is forgiveness, the theme of forgiveness and the theme of healing.
Do you have any advice about how like the vampire werewolf thing works?
Like tips and tricks, like.
What could a werewolf or a vampire bring to the whole, you know?
I mean, I can give.
Fierceness, right?
It's very aggressive.
And there's a speed on it.
There's a speed on it, which is great. You know, there's a time, but like slow and the fast, and then you know, like there's like a rhythm to it. Yeah.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I think
Nothing, dear.
Yeah.
I thought this was about advice. But
You don't know until you get a vamp of your own. And then
I could use some advice. I feel like it's uncharted territory.
Claire's like been there, done that. I got you, girl. We'll talk.
Kat, save us. Bring us back, Kat.
So I think for Clary, the advice that I would give to her this coming season is trust your gut and don't be afraid to take charge and take care of the people that you love and don't be afraid to do what you have to do.
My advice would, Luke, get some earmuffs, get some eyes covered, because you don't want to see what's going on in that boathouse.
It's been going on for a while.
My advice to Luke. Wait, what did you say?
Trouble?
What's that?
Simon's such trouble. Simon's getting around with everyone.
Listen, he's the only one. Let's bring it back. So I think I would tell Luke. My advice to him would be,
Get some Old Spice.
yes. Honestly, it couldn't have been said any better. And also get some health department people down to the J. Wolf because it's disgusting.
There we go. Okay, next question.
I was just wondering, like, what's your favorite line from either like your character or like another character from like season 2B? Because there have been some pretty good ones.
I think just Tipsy Luke in general is just the best. That's kind of my favorite. That's the highlight of 2B.
I like when Jace calls him a wet dog. He goes, oh, no, wet dog.
We're not good at that because
No.
These guys are reading 5 script. They're so in season 3. It's hard for them to remember.
My favorite line. My favorite line is in. I have a favorite line, and it's in an episode in 3A that has yet to even be shot, but I know that's going to be gift all over the place.
What is it?
Can you give spoilers?
Okay.
You'll have to tell us.
All right. Thank you.
Who says it?
I will tweet that was the one I was talking about.
Okay. All right. When it comes out, he'll tweet. Thank you so much. Next question over here.
Hi, I'm Alani. This is my first team for Shadows.
Me too. Welcome.
And my question is, what happened to Max's spell book that was taken at Max's room party?
It's a good question. It's a good question. When Valentine got busted, it was retrieved by the great shadow hunter sitting to my left. The spellbook is in Magnus's possession right now. Everything's okay. No need to worry. I'm sorry we didn't show that to you.
I retrieved it.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Next question.
I've been following Shadowhunters for a long time. I've actually won the Shadowhunter Superfan contest a few years back, and I've come to every Comic-Con since, so this is a really big part of my life.
Amazing.
So when the show was just about to start, I had these really high expectations, and I have to say you guys really exceeded it, especially in, I really love the female power, I love Malik, I love every single ship on this show. And to answer my question, I want to ask guys what your favorite action scene was, because those are some of my favorites to watch.
Was or is upcoming?
You can do either.
I think for me, the finale, when Magnus or when Malik was on the beach and they had to work together to defeat Fury, that to me that was awesome.
I liked when you whacked what's his name with the stick. That was great.
I think my favorite one that has aired already was Clary and Valentine on the shore. That was so much fun to shoot. We were covered in mud all day. But my favorite upcoming one is in episode 1 of season 3.
I like that wolf fight in episode 18. I mean, episode 18 was just like all feels, all around. But I loved that there had been whispers about a wolf fight, and I was super excited to see it. Yeah, I really liked it.
What's Matt Hastings' favorite? Because he's directed so many of them. What's your favorite?
I love Jace and Sebastian on the bridge. Yeah.
15, I loved watching them because there was it's such charged emotion behind the story of that fight. And there's the creepiest, craziest thing going on with Clary in that fight scene in episode 1 for season 3. There is a bananas in pajamas scene that she is amazing in, and I can't wait to share with you guys. I wish we could show a clip of it, but it's really phenomenal. The stunt team crushed it. It's really, I mean, I've shot it, and I'm in the edit bay going, I hope she makes it! Like, it affects you emotionally, but also it's just a kick-ass scene. So hopefully you dig it.
Was any of that in the sizzle that we saw? So we can go.
No, there was
when you saw Clary running, that's part of it. She goes nose to nose with something pretty.
I should tell you guys real quick, if you want to see that sizzle reel again, it's on exclusively on TVinsider.com. Just a little plug out there, but you can watch it right now. It's
I wish we could show the premiere for you guys. I'm dying for you to see it. So proud.
I feel like I know. All right, next question. We're out of time.
So I know you gave a very vague answer to a similar question earlier, but will we / can we see more of Luke's backstory and the trauma he went through in becoming a werewolf?
I mean, that might have to be.
That's a little bit fine. What we're shooting right now.
Yeah, but I don't want to give it up. I don't want to give up too much. So you're definitely going to see that. But like I said before, you see a lot of the trials that he has as a werewolf. You see a lot of that through the other characters also, because of like the way they come in. You get introduced to how, just in general, how werewolves go through that transition of going from whatever they were, be it a shadow hunter or just a mundane, and to becoming a werewolf. So that's where you're going to get a lot of that from. But then there's some cool stuff that's coming up that I can't talk about.
Luke fans, you will love this season. This dude in the premiere is you're bigger than ever in the show now, and it's a testament to your talent, sir, and what a great character Cassie Clare
But in answer to that question, actually there's a scene where Luke does talk about that, and you will learn a little bit more. It's not a flashback, but it will. I think it will. You'll find it really interesting.
Cleophas comes back. Cleophas.
That's right. That's good.
Nice to see you.
Thanks so much. Next question over here.
Hi, I want to talk to Kat. Kat, seeing you grow into such an awesome character with all this badassery that's going on, it really inspires me. I'm having brain surgery next month, and you really move me. So thank you.
Oh my goodness, well thank you so much for sharing. It's one of the things I'm most grateful for is playing a character of this nature that is such a badass and does go through so much and come out the other end stronger for it. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. In such a short time span, Clary has lost her mother, been thrown into a whole new world, found and lost her brother several times, and killed her own father. And so going through all of that changes a person, and that's actually something that we're made true, right? When you spell it out, it changes a person. But she goes through all of these things, and time again she gets knocked down, and time again she gets back up because of her tenacity and because of the people she's surrounded with. And the strength she has from the people that are there to support her, and that she is there to support as well. So that's something that I love about the show, is having all these inspiring characters.
And if that helps you in your surgery and inspires you, God bless.
Good luck to you.
Stronger on the other side.
Okay, Jim bought this great shirt.
It's almost the holidays, you know?
Very cool. I hope you like it.
That's one heck of a shirt there.
You can sign it.
Love you, Matt! Isn't Matt Daria the sweetest? Yeah!
He's so handsome too.
It's so Yeah, we're talking about you. Deal with it.
Look over here to Daria, please.
Round of applause question. We have a few more minutes, so make it quick.
Hi. My question is, at the end of season 2, why did Clary choose to save Jace over her mom?
See, this is something that we discussed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's something that we discussed for a long time, and basically, the situation presented itself in a way that it was a high-stress situation, and Clary made a choice of passion in a high-stress moment after everything she'd been through. Adrenaline running, everything happening, and she made the only choice. She saw Jace's body there on the beach, covered in blood, having just seen him die in her arms, and she made the only choice that she could make in that moment, was to save this person that she loves, the one person she has left. She just saw her brother get killed, she just killed her father, her mother's died, and Jace has been there through it all. And he is the one person that she has the power to save in that moment, and so she does. But that's not to say that's going to be without consequence moving forward, because there are so many things she could have done. She could have ended world hunger, she could have saved her mother, she could have done so many things.
His wishes can't be like that. I feel like Jace just died.
Well,
so
yes.
It's not like you're bringing back somebody who's been dead for this time. How does that work?
But the problem is the whole point of the Raziel wish was to use as a failsafe in case the world was ending, in case everything was going wrong, and that was the last resort for the Shadowhunters once ever. And she used it to save her boyfriend.
Yeah, good job.
So there's gonna be some consequences, but nothing stays secret in the Shadow World for long.
All right. Next question.
Okay, so I was wondering if you guys felt you had any personality traits in common with your characters.
Yes.
That's a big old yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes is across the board. All right. Next question over here.
Hi. I'm Lex. Since you lost your hat, I have some for you and Isaiah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, pair of Batry hats. I embroidered them myself. Do you want them?
Hey,
There's the bell.
man, that's so. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
Came at 9 p.m. last night to see you.
Thanks for being here. All right, next question. We got like 1 minute left.
Hi, my name is Erica. I love Shadowhunters. I'm here representing Nephilim Updates. Shout out. We love you guys so much. Shout out to Ace, Sue, and Deb back tweeting everything like crazy right now. Okay, so I have really 2 super quick things. Number 1 to Todd, because I love you. Can you tease anything about Alex's individual journey for season 3 outside of his love life? And my second part to that is, Matthew, I have a birthday present for you.
Well, really quickly, because I don't want to. I got the birthday present's way more important, and time is running out. Alec has a really interesting individual journey in that he begins with tremendous amount of political capital, and his journey through the Clave, navigating the Clave politics and all that. Yeah. And that's it.
Okay, one more question. Go.
Hi. I actually have a new cat and asked her this question, so this is for the other 3 of you. What was it like coming into the Shadowhunter world knowing there was such a massive fandom for it, especially Matt knowing the Malik base for this fandom?
Every year it's more and it grows. So every year it's like the first time getting into it because I don't really, it's hard to comprehend, I guess. Like the scale of it, you see it here because I can see the people, but it's tough online and elsewhere. So it's impressive, and it's also something we have a tremendous amount of gratitude for. It's beyond anything I could have imagined.
Unfortunately, I had never heard of Shadowhunters, and I had never read the books, and I didn't know anything about it. And so when I booked the role, I Googled it. and And I was like, oh, cool. So it's like for part of book series, like that's really interesting, cool. And then like I met with Tom and Darren, they're like, yeah, so like the fandom, and I was like, what? And I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like what an interesting experience. And then when they announced it, everyone was like, turn your notifications off on your phone because it will burn and die. So I was like, okay. And like I cannot express my gratitude for the warm welcome that I received. I had no idea that there was a community out here. You guys love each other, you guys love us, you guys love everything about the show and the books, knowing that they're two different things. And like, I'm so grateful to be a part of this tribe, you know, because it's something that everyone gravitates towards when, you know, genre is so special for people. It's something that's you can hold on to, that's like feels like it's yours. And being able to help portray that on television is something that I'll never forget this experience moving forward in my career. So.
Anything else real quick?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was terrifying at first, but now you guys are like a warm, snuggly blanket in front of me.
The conversations that we get to have with you guys, because you guys love the story as much as we do. You guys are as invested as we are in making it. So it makes it fun for us to get to share that with you and get to hear your perspective on it as well.
Awesome. April 3rd on Freeform, Season 3 of Shadowhunters.
If you're exiting, please exit at the bottom of the stairs, off the left or the right.
Folks, the stars are